having me here today. So a lot of the crop and forest residues are often loose, wet, and bulky, which makes them very difficult and expensive to collect and transport. And many rural communities are often shut out from the benefits of the bioeconomy, and their only recourse is to either landfill or burn their residues in open air, which sometimes can create catastrophic wildfires. And a lot of the cities and landfills are often also left with green waste that have limited disposal options. So what we are developing are small-scale, low-cost portable systems that can latch onto the back of trailers and deploy to hard-to-access regions to locally upgrade and densify the residues on site without needing external energy into higher-value carbon-based products, including biochar-based fertilizers, biofuels, and chemicals. You'll hear a lot from compost projects later on and during this track, and what we say is that we actually work hand-in-hand with them, because a lot of the work, the residues we work with are plant-based or lignocellulosic, which means that they are harder for biology to digest. So a lot of that we can convert thermochemically, which can also destroy some of the pests. And a lot of that has actually been mixed by some of our end users into compost, and the result being that it can accelerate the compost time, reduce odor, and also improve a lot of nutrient retention while reducing heavy metals in the plant. And we already have some of our end users deploy these as commercial EcoCert organic certified premium compost, biochar-based compost products, which you can also buy online. The value add for the technology is that it confers modularity of deployment, which means that if there's a large volume, such as after a storm event, then we can actually deploy a swarm of reactors on site to really help digest that buildup of residues. But if there's a smaller or more seasonal volume, then think of this as a fractional reactor that can deploy from site to site to really process that. So this also avoids overbuilding fixed infrastructure. So where we fit into the Michigan organic ecosystem is that for composters, as mentioned already, there is enhanced composting time and reduced orders. And for a lot of the landowners with wood diversion requirement, this provides a seasonal surge capacity, and also for local farmers, in addition to the improved water and nutrient retention, we also reduce dependence on chemical fertilizers. In addition, we also provide local livelihood as well as climate and environmental benefits to a lot of the underserved communities most impacted by climate change. So I'm the CTO of the company, and I've been working on the technology since 2012, initially as my PhD work at MIT, and my co-founder Vidyut, CEO, has co-founded a previous company that turns pine needles into biofuels, and our advisors include people with expertise in equity and inclusion, on soil science, with carbon financing and credits, as well as with corporate strategy. So far, we've deployed more than 26 units worldwide, and with more than 20,000 tons per year of capacity, and we have operated with more than 35,000 hours continuously of the different reactors. This is across sub-12-inch wood chips, coconut shells, sugarcane bagasse, and rice husks. And we also have 2 units that were deployed in Michigan, thanks to some of the work that we've been doing with NextCycle. We've been certified for carbon credits through the Pure Earth Registry, and we also have built more than $10 million in non-dilutive funding, including forward carbon purchases from Klarna Bank, Shopify, and Salesforce. And thanks to NextCycle, we were also able to do a lot of in-depth customer discovery with a lot of the local organizations, some of which have moved on to due diligence phase. Of note is actually Eagle, with whom we've been discussing some of the permitting pathways and really figuring out how to make this work in the context of testing for particulates and so forth. So the bigger vision is, though, we are not just a hardware company, but we can deploy a fleet, and because they can sense in real time what's coming in and the reaction conditions, as well as knowing the output market in the local context, we can actually tailor the production and operation to optimize the local needs, and therefore creating a bioeconomy that's not only self-sufficient, but also self-coordinated, almost Uber-like. With that, I will close, and we are seeking specifically for additional end users and customers. So if you have need for waste diversion, please let us know. Thank you.